welcome to the weigh-ins here for Fearless Fighting Championship 15. As we get set to go underway here as the weigh-ins are going, I'm joined by co-owner of the Fearless Fighting Championship, Mr. Doug Burr. How are you, sir?
Rushing me, but I'm here.
Well, that's the way fights go, man. They rush, rush, rush. We had the first weigh-ins here, of course, for the 145-pound title. That is Billy Yoakum and Ben Pierre Saint. Of course, two guys that are on two ends of the spectrum. Of course, Billy has been in this game for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And, of course, we get Ben, and Ben absolutely is having a great career, 5-0.
Yeah, he's off to a heck of a start. And Billy took a little break, actually, from fighting, and he, I don't know, we'll see what, you know, sometimes a little layoff can hurt a guy, but he sure as heck looks good.
Ben Pierre Saint supporting the no dread look. We were talking about it. He said, yeah, I wanted to do a change-up, so I cut the hair and got it to go. So there's for your 145-pound title tomorrow at the Westman Arena as we get set here for this is another great fight. And once again, thank you to the camp out of Detroit, Michigan for making this long trip here as Michael Jordan takes on local phenom for a long time, and that's Chris Hansman, you know. And it's one of those things where I tell you what, Chris Hansman had an amateur career that was second to none, and of course it was just one of those great things now that we got him back up here and we started fighting again.
Yeah, again, you know, Chris took a little time off and you know, recouped, had a kid, and you know what, he's back here and he's pumped. I talked to him today while he was cutting weight a little bit, and he is as excited as he's ever been for this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got a very worthy opponent. You know, he's coming off an amateur career, Michael Jordan, that he had 5 belts he won in a career that was 7-5. That's pretty darn good.
Yep.
So,
yep. Yeah, I mean, this will be a notch in Chris's hat to win this fight.
Absolutely, it will be. And I think both of these guys are looking at an absolute great matchup here between two fast guys. Now, we will say this, Michael Jordan here, he does normally fight at 135, but a last-minute injury, of course, made it so he stepped in and he was able to take this fight. So the weight cut for him, I don't want to say it was good, but I definitely wouldn't say it was as bad as it normally is.
No, exactly. Yep.
Of course, we're at the Other Place Bar out here on Calvary Road. Want to say thank you to them for hosting the weigh-ins. A great place to come on out for great food, great drinks, and a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, great atmosphere. And actually, there's quite a few people in here just watching weigh-ins tonight, which I think is great. So good to support the guys that support the local MMA scene.
Absolutely. So the next fight we got coming up here, of course, Ron Imhoff, a scrappy veteran out of Illinois. He's been in the game for a while against a guy that I think it's a safe bet. If I was a betting man, you're going to see whether in Bellator or UFC sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been saying that since the first time we saw him get in that cage. And, you know, Ron, I mean, I don't know how many fights he has, 50, 60, 70 fights if you go back to amateur years when they didn't record fights. Just an old wily veteran, but he is going to have his hands full with Marcelo Nunes here.
Absolutely. Marcelo, of course, from Brazil. He is a black belt under Robert Drivesdale. He's brought his coach in, actually, from Brazil, the guy that started him in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I tell you what, he's very honored.
And this is going to be great because, honestly, like you've said earlier, I don't think we're going to get to see Marcelo at the local level very much longer. So this is going to be some of the fights to remember him by at the local scene.
Absolutely, and here comes Ron Imhoff up on the scale, weighing in. 173.2 on his weight.
Ron Imhoff, 173.
Of course, this is the pro portion of the card, as we have quite a few pro fights here. I think we have 5 of them here on this card.
Ron quite a bit under weight. He's still within the weight class at 170. It's a 170 to 185, but he's way at the bottom of that weight class. And I know he did take this fight on about a 3-week notice, so that might have had a lot to do with it.
I want to say thank you to some of our sponsors here. Of course, Harley-Davidson Sports Center, big sponsor. Got the big, nice logo in the center of the cage.
Yeah, they're
tomorrow.
sporting the logo. It looks great, too. Your guys were over there putting it on this morning, and it looks awesome.
Absolutely. Also, we want to say thank you to Bill Thompson Law Office, Grumpy's, of course, the other places we talked about.
Yeah, the After Fight Party, too. That is a new sponsor as well. That's going to be at the Ugly Stick Saloon, Superior. So tomorrow night after the fights, everybody can get down there and rip it up a little bit.
Absolutely, and of course they're going to be having a good time. And if you're unfamiliar with it, it's the Shack, the famous Shack restaurant over there. They're tied right into there. Now this is going to be pro debut for Nick Spina against Jeff Ferrero, and I don't think Nick is here yet.
No, Nick was having a hard time making weight, and last I heard he was still in the sauna. But to Nick's credit, he has never missed weight as far as I can remember, so I think he'll make weight.
We got a really 144.2 here for Jeff Ferrero. So we're waiting on Nick Spina here, so Nick may have to weigh in here in a little bit.
144.2.
So Nick Spina not here yet.
Spina.
All right, they just called for Nick Spina, and I do not see him.
Yeah, I don't think that he is here yet, so we'll be catching up with him here in a little bit.
Curtis Richard.
So this is going to be another interesting fight. Curtis Richard, a young man out of Canada, I believe just 19 years of age.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of praise coming his way. He trains out in Vegas with the UFC fighters.
Yep, he's been training all over the country over the past year.
This is going to be for the 145-pound amateur fight, 145-pound amateur title.
Yep.
So we'll see what his weigh-in is. Now with the amateurs, we'll have to do a weigh-in, another weigh-in, because we actually have him at 145, and that's what it's got to be for a title fight right on the button.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens here.
Yep. Under normal circumstances, that wouldn't be an issue, but for a title fight,
the funny thing about it is we've actually converted to that scale because everyone was saying it was the other scale.
Yeah, we had a very nice, $1,000 scale sitting out here earlier, and it was about a pound different than this one, so they're using this scale.
Next up, another amateur fight here. Kind of got shuffled around. Clarence Pratt returning to the FFC cage here.
Yeah, Clarence has been in the cage a few times, and this is kind of as heavy as I've seen Clarence before.
Yeah, absolutely. He normally fights at 185. And coming up here, his opponent, Matt Lindberg. Matt had an amazing debut for FFC.
Yeah.
Just one of those kids that, he's very quiet, very humble.
Very respectful.
And I tell you what, when you talk about high kicks, this guy can kick high. And for being someone that's 6'4".
Yep.
Will Don
yeah, kicks high and kicks fast.
Mike Hardy.
So we'll see what Matt is weighing in here at. I think he said he was right around 112 or 114 the last time they heard.
212 or 214 years.
I
know what you meant. I think his right leg weighs 112.
207, there you go. So that's going to be technically a heavyweight matchup because they're over the 205-pound weight range. So once again, Fearless Fighting Championship 15 happening tomorrow. I guess if this is being played today, we're going to take delay. So tonight at Westman Arena. So get your tickets. You can get them at the door. They're $35. If you have a student ID or a military ID, you do get $10 off that price.
That's correct, yes.
The doors open at 5:30, and of course the fist fly, as we like to say, at 7 o'clock. And it's going to be a great night of fights. Definitely want to see you out there. Nice, like you said, nice turnout here for the crowd here for weigh-ins.
Absolutely.
Seeing some new people roll into the bar here, so we may have some more weigh-ins here coming soon. I'm not sure who's up there. We see some people at the commissioner table right now, so hopefully we'll have the missed weigh-ins here coming up. Now this is a fight I'm very, very excited to see. Of course, Will Dawson trains Inner Strength Martial Arts and very talented fighter, very strong leg kicker right here. He'll be taking on a guy from the Wolfpack and Michael Hardy. This should be a fun matchup.
That's going to be a great matchup. Both guys got a lot of heart, and Mike Hardy especially, he's just a guy that doesn't quit. So, and anybody coming out of that Wolfpack camp, they are well trained and well prepared for a fight.
Absolutely. The scale's kind of bouncing all over the place.
181.6.
So there's Will. Here comes Mike Hardy stepping up.
181.6 for Will Donson Ekberg.
So here comes Michael Hardy stepping on the scale.
Next fighter on deck, Nate Mortson.
So let's see that scale is bouncing all over, giving the commissioner issues.
Yep.
181 for Mike Hardy.
All right. So there we go. Both guys on weight here. Welcome out to the Other Place Bar and Grill as we are getting set for Fearless Fighting Championship 15, the return back to Superior, Wisconsin. And I live across the bridge, of course, in Minnesota, but you and your brother and your family born and raised in Superior, it's got to be nice to get back to your hometown.
It is. It was amazing coming back and Tuesday setting the cage up there, and it was just brought back a lot of memories from when we started.
So as we get set here for the next weigh-in, Nate Mortensen. This is going to be for a 185-pound title here with Nate Mortensen. His opponent coming from Big Ben Rothwell's gym down in Racine, Wisconsin. He actually already did a weigh-in, a video weigh-in with the commissioner, which I got to say this. The Wisconsin Commission, they are probably the nicest, most professional guys you'll ever want to meet.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure working with them. And we were worried because the Athletic Commission for MMA in Wisconsin is relatively new. And the first show we tried putting on, we had some problems just because we are way up here in Superior, and they had trouble getting us guys that we needed. Well, this time around, it has been a complete 180, and they've got their stuff together.
Now up on the scale, Nate Mortensen, and I tell you what, you want to talk about shredded.
Yeah.
Wow. This is, of course, for the 185-pound title. Looks like he's going to come in under there, so he's going to be good to go.
181.5 for Nate Mortensen.
There you go, Nate Mortensen having it at it at 181.5.
Keegan Jones, Ben Ross.
We get set for Keegan Jones and Ben Ross here.
Are they dead batteries in there?
Once again, Fearless Fighting Championship 15 being brought to you in part by our friends over at Harley Davidson, also by our friends over at the Ugly Stick Saloon. We got The Other Place, Bill Thompson Law Office, Grumpy, Wide World of Wings, Ben Ford, and I'm sure I'm probably missing a couple in there. Mobile Image, Reed's Excavating, VIP Pizza.
VIP Pizza,
Always a great time when we get together and throw these shows on. And here we go. Another inner strength martial arts fighter here, Keegan Jones. Interesting story with Keegan. He actually came into the gym to kind of lose some weight and get back into shape. I think I heard his coach say he was coming in at 230 pounds, and now he's getting set to fight at 185 pounds.
Yep. If nothing else, he's got in shape, doing something he likes doing.
184.6 for Keegan.
And coming up, a newcomer to the sport here, Ben Ross. The young man is going to be his first fight. He's trains here locally in town as well. Also, he's training to be a police officer, he was telling us here.
Yep. He's interning right now with the Duluth Police Department.
I feel bad for the commissioner up here.
I know,
training.
this
This
scale.
scale's not a fun scale to work with.
Gordon Hansen, Joe Allen.
So Gordon Hansen, Joe Allen on the way. Here we go, the square up with Keegan and Ben. Should be another good fight there at that middleweight division here.
Gordon Hansen, Joe Allen.
So Joe Allen, of course, Joe Allen, one of the scrappier guys you're ever going to want to meet.
Yes, he is.
I tell you what, don't let his 0-2 record fool you.
No, he has had two of the most entertaining fights that we've had.
I don't think you can punch a guy as many times as he's been punched and still come out standing. And I tell you what, as a promoter, as you are, and a matchmaker, as we do, he's one of those guys you appreciate. You tell him we need this by then, and it's done early.
Yeah, and it's too bad there's not more guys out there like him, because we struggle from time to time with guys getting paperwork in and stuff done, and it's good to see him. But Joe's here; he's getting ready to hop up and scale. And I know Joe struggled a little bit actually making weight here, so
see
he
where
was
he's at.
yeah,
This is interesting. He was
he
about
snuck
6
out of here a
pounds
little
over,
bit ago and hit the sauna again. So.
That's the hardest part. And they say that, fighters say that's the hardest thing to do is making the weight. Once you do that, getting in the cage is, that's a whole other story.
It does get easier, I think, as time goes by because you learn your body and you learn at what stage of fight camp you need to be at for weight. But some of these guys are still new enough in the sport that they haven't quite got it dialed in.
All right, let's hold our breath and see where we're at. Looks like 156. Did he do it? So we got one of the gentlemen from the commissioner's office speaking with him. Let's see what he's weighing.
156.4.
So, 0.4. He's over.
got, okay.
Joe Allen, 156.4.
So I think we're still waiting on
Gordon Hanson.
Gordon Hanson here. I don't think Gordon Hanson has made it in yet. Oh, I think we got Obazan is here, it looks like.
Oh, yes.
Looks like Obazan made it in, so. Looks like he's still cutting a little weight.
Obazan Morrow.
So here comes Jesse Rogie. Here's another one of those guys that, Jesse's another one, just like Joe Allen. I tell you what, Jesse, he literally had his opponent change about 2 hours ago, and he didn't even skip a beat. Sure, I'll take it. No big deal.
Well, he's a fighter, and you know what? He knows right now he is an amateur, and although, you want a good record, it's about getting experience in the cage if you're dedicated enough and are truly want to take this to the next level.
Someone made a quote, not a quote, but I heard somebody say something one time. They were talking about amateur records, and they said, amateur records, it's kind of like having a Corvette with a Yugo engine inside. It looks great to have a nice, shiny record, but all that matters is what's on the inside, and that's true. I mean, when you're an amateur, you're basically getting that experience for when you turn pro.
I mean, Jason, we see it all the time when we're trying to put fights together, and guys are scared of an individual, and it's like at this point you have nothing to be scared of. A loss is not the end of the world. At some point, you're going to go pro, and you're going to be fighting all tough guys.
Right, absolutely, you're going to.
Jesse Rogie, 146.8.
So Obazan stepping up to the scale. Obazan, I believe he trains with Team Rogue, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so, up in the Hayward area, I believe.
I think that scale is going to be the death of some people.
What's that say, 144?
It's 144. Well, it's kind of bouncing.
Obazan Morrow, 144.6.
So we're out at the Other Place Bar here in Woodland as we do weigh-ins for Fearless Fighting Championship 15 tomorrow, Westman Arena, or tonight as this is tape delay. That's going to get me every time. We have 5:30 as the doors will be open, and then at 7 o'clock we'll have the first fight. And it should be a lot of fun. We're very excited about tomorrow night. We definitely encourage you to come on out and get yourself a ticket, bring the family, bring the friends. It is all ages show, but if you're under 18, you do have to have an adult company.
Parents with you,
so absolutely. So 167.2 is Dustin Nelson making his debut. Coming up here is Eric Murphy, a young man that has fought for us one other time and was going to fight again, but of course he actually got into a motorcycle accident and he had to pull off the last card. So, gamer. This kid's a gamer right here. His last opponent came in way overweight. And he decided to take it. The commission allowed it. And even though he lost, I tell you what, he put up a good fight. When you got someone that's 15 pounds heavier and you're laying on top of you, there's not
and
much
you talk
do.
to his coach. He's one of the hardest working kids in the gym, and he's going to do just fine.
Absolutely.
I need to see if some of these other guys showed up now.
So I believe we're all set here with weigh-ins as we got a few. We're just waiting on a few of the stragglers here that are going to go and get some weights. I'm surprised at I think the only people we're missing right now is Nick Spina and Gordon Hanson, which very surprising, honestly, that they're missing. Normally these two guys are on time. So
Gordon Hanson, Dion Miner, Nick Spina.
All right, so that's going to take. Looks like that's going to do it for the weigh-ins for right now. So. Tomorrow, once again, we ask everyone, please come on out to Westman Arena, 5:30. Things get going. 7 o'clock is when the first fight starts.
Yes, tickets are on sale now. You can buy them at the door. There's plenty of tickets available because Westman Arena is huge. The way we set it up, it seats 2,800. So tickets are available at the door. $35 at the door. $25 for military and students. We also have got some front row seats left as well. $100 sit cage side. The best seats in the house.
Absolutely. If you get to see me, that's even better.
That is the best thing.
The golden tones of Jason Myers. No, it should be great. Once again, I want to say thank you to some of our great sponsors here, of course. VIP Pizza, always a part of FFC. Wide World of Wings. Also, we have the Ugly Stick Saloon. Of course, they are going to be the official host of the After Hours party tomorrow. So if you want to come on out and meet some of the fighters and have some drinks and look at some pretty bartenders, that's definitely the place to be tomorrow.
That's the place to go.
Also, we want to say thank you to our friends over at Bill Thompson Law Office, a new sponsor as well. Reed's Excavating for doing it. Mobile Imaging for always making our mat.
Mobile Image is just always stepping up, doing a great job for us with all of our printing needs.
Absolutely, they do. And, of course, the other place, Bar and Grill. Stop on out. Great happy
great
hours.
place here. I'm excited to have some spaghetti, to be honest with you.
Yeah, all you can eat, $6 tonight. That's going to be a good. They can lose some money on us. If this is the way it's going to be. Also, we want to say thank you to Harley Davidson Sports Center, of course, sponsoring the center of the cage. Stop on out and check them out as well. Great new 2014. I'm surprised, of all the people, you are like the person that I would expect to have a bike because you got every other vehicle.
Well,
Why don't you have one?
I've had Harleys. I have had Harleys, and my wife made me promise her that I was done riding motorcycles here about 3 years ago.
She works in the medical field, so I guess she sees a lot of bad accidents.
What she doesn't know is I had my fingers crossed when I promised her, so I'm always looking still.
There you go, the 2014 edition of Harley Davidson. Stop on out and check them out. So that's going to wrap things up here from the weigh-ins. We love to see you out at Westman Arena tonight, I guess you would say, if you're watching this. But Saturday, April the 12th, Fearless Fighting Championship 15 for Doug Burr, for all the gyms and the fighters. Thank you so much for coming in. We certainly appreciate it. And, let's have some fun tomorrow.
Thanks, buddy. We'll see you soon.
For Cat 7, I am Jason Myers.